a jam is as much about the freedom to experiment as it is about ending up somewhere interesting. So whilst this time we were just having fun, people did make very poignant things like Victor's meditation installation that we are seeing right now. Dreams is our new project, and the engine is a set of innovative create tools that lets players build anything that they can dream of. A picture, a character, an environment, a piece of music, a little animated short, or a fully designed video game. This jam was focused around everyone working on dreams, using the dreams toolset as it was at that specific moment to be able to just tell a story. It had a dual purpose. One was to actually just sort of put the tools through their paces and for us to be able to get feedback. And the other was actually to really just sort of see what kind of stories people wanted to be able to tell. So the final one that I'm showing you is our Tearaway Jam. And there's a point in every game's design where you need to choose your focus. And when this moment came for Tearaway, the Vita became our guide. And so what you're seeing here is where we had a jam where the constraint was to use the Vita outputs in novel ways. They had to be able to stand the test of time, and so not just be full of gimmicks. So these videos you're watching are actually the dailies that we had when this jam started. For those of you who are familiar with Tearaway, Vita or Unfolded, you'll actually see many familiar features actually came from this jam. Amazing camera work. We love to record all of our dailies that we have in our Friday features because it's really fascinating to go back and have a look at what was happening, and especially when I was putting this video together, when I really saw, actually, like that jam was incredibly successful. From that, we were really able to actually design the game. Every single one of these things appears in the game as a core feature. And actually also then influenced it Unfolded in different ways. So it sort of shows that setting constraints can actually be really successful. So I'll leave you to sort of watch, this was the little trailer that we came up with once we'd had the jam. But it's just an important thing to note that my one piece of advice to you all sort of starting the global game jam is actually maybe figure out what your constraints are going to be so that you can really go wild within them. And I wish everybody the very best of luck.
So many people help create the Global Game Jam that there are too many to list in one place. Be sure to thank your local organizers, and a special thanks to our global volunteers who made tonight possible. Here is the much-awaited theme for the 2016 Global Game Jam.
All right, so something about the theme. The theme is a secret until it's announced in Honolulu, Hawaii. So right now it's 1:28 in Honolulu. They're 4 hours behind us, so don't tweet it, don't put it on your Facebook, don't text it to your friend. You can talk about it in this room. I don't know if they're monitoring us or not, but just don't let it out. Europe has already been leaky, and I don't know what the consequence is, but if you want to preserve the surprise for people in Los Angeles, or whoever is in between Los Angeles and Honolulu, wait at least until, I would say, like 9:30 p.m. our time to do that. So here's the theme.
The theme for the 2016 Global Game Jam is Ritual.
Yeah. I already have an idea for this, but hold on, let's see if we can, we'll freeze it up here.
We're high ritual.
Yeah.
Make a screenshot, make it the background.
See if it'll come up right.
Oh, it burns.
So,
Nice.
we'll go into nooks and crannies, break up into teams. I'll tell you my idea so you don't steal it. You're walking through the empty hallways in an abandoned office building. So that's it. And everybody else knows what that's about.
No one's going to steal that idea.
Yeah, I guess that's right. It's like, what happened here? What used to be here? What's this memo? It says ritual on it. Sorry.
That sounds like Lady in the Water.
Yeah, exactly. So, we'll look at the diversifiers here, and then we can set the
There's
brainstorm.
a lot of them this year.
Yeah. Let's go back to this. So these are available on the Game Jam website. You can look at them. We'll print them out and put them up. What the diversifiers do is allow you to, they're prompts that you could use. I would use one, maybe two at the most, because some of them are probably diametrically opposed. So you can read them, but there's stuff like comic book colors, Lego, got it right, Bard's Tale. So your building works around Shakespeare. I don't know how that fits in, right? Local game for local people, which my game kind of fits into that idea, right? Just like the ghost of various game developers.
Marco Polo is pretty cool. There's no graphic output. It's an audio-only game.
Yeah, where's Mark?
There's been a few really good iOS games that have been audio-only.
Take control.
Really good for blind people.
So we want to try
Johnny's
to
game must use zero violence in its gameplay. Conflicts must have resolutions based on logic, design, theme.
like
I can
words
talk
that-
to you. I can talk to you about it in about 15
Sprint
minutes.
mode,
That's fine.
infinite,
I just
loudmouth,
because
open play.
Something times.
Twitch Play, so create a live streamed game intended to be played concurrently by the masses on Twitch. Isn't that every game?
You also seen, for any of you who have seen any of the Nintendo games, it's actually pretty successful doing that. Where they basically take all the input for all the players and average it and make you move in that direction.
So, and iStar Games is sponsoring drawing, or Do You Even Care? Drawing from guidance materials from iStar subject matter experts make a game that teaches empathy to teens. Guidance materials from iStar subject matter experts is available at this PDF. So if you do have questions, we're gonna, like I said, we'll print this out. We'll print out the directions for how to post stuff. When we come back to pitch themes, we'll form teams, and you guys can have a producer, and you can identify those people to us, and we'll help them get the team registered and do all of the necessary paperwork that you have to do on the website. So, anything else to say, Adam?
For people that aren't familiar around here, it's not having food tonight. You continue to follow Spring Creek around. There's a bunch of cheap food places. There's Five Guys over there. There's Starbucks. There's Chicken Express is over there.
Oh, yeah. So the only thing I ask is that you don't eat or drink at the computers. These computers have to last 3 or 4, maybe 5 years, depending on the budget cycles. So there's thousands of students that come through. So we'll meet back here in this room at 6:30 p.m. You're welcome to stay in here, obviously. Again, there's chairs up here, there's stuff upstairs. There are classes around the corner, so don't necessarily disturb them or get in their way.
You said 6:30 to meet back?
6:30 p.m. here. Anybody else have any general announcements?
Or questions or
Concern
anything?
or questions? Or so it's really good to see people from previous years and plenty of new people. I will do one more thing. How many people here, this is your first game jam? Oh, wow, that's nice. All right. How many people were here
Last year.
last year? Right, last year. How many people were here 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 4 years ago? 5 years ago? You were born there. 6 years ago? Wow. 7? 8? Okay, there was nothing here 8 years ago. You were at the Game Jam with Susan Gold.
Yes, I was at the original. The reason we have the Game Jam here right now is because I was in Orlando working on a gig, and I got to do the Game Jam when Susan Gold brought it. It used to be there's this thing called the Nordic Game Jam, it's a game jam of the Scandinavian countries, and she was.
You had to
teaching-
assemble it though.
Yeah, yeah.
Complicated, there were
Complicated.
wrong directions.
But it was flat pack, so it was
Yeah,
easy to
that's
get.
great.
So anyway, she was teaching at Full Sail, so she decided to bring it there. And the first year there was really awesome. They got food sponsors. We had a place to sleep. It was a 24-hour campus. We had to stay there all the
I
time.
miss Full Sail.
Yes, I do too. And they had it the next year I was there. I was also there for another year working for a company. And then when I came back here, Marshall obviously has been a teacher here forever. And I said, hey, Marshall, can we have the game jam here? He's like, sure, I got keys to the place. So.
Totally. All right, so 6:30. Thanks for coming out, everybody. We'll, see you.
Yeah.